Hello everyone, my name is Anurag. I'm a sales manager at SellerApp, and I'll be giving you a quick walkthrough of the SellerApp dashboard and how it's going to help you with your Amazon business. So Amazon, I'm sure you guys must be knowing the region you're located in. It must be the largest, if not the largest, e-commerce market, uh, right? So uh, there's a lot of potential that you can sell well, but there's also uh, a lot of competition that's already established because we've been selling for multis also. So you might not perform as well as you might, right? Even though you might be having an amazing product, you might be having, you might be spending a lot of money also, but you require data to basically be able to guarantee, or not guarantee, but have a very successful endeavor into this marketplace, because that's where SellerApp comes in, right? We are basically an Amazon approved data analytics platform where our APIs are connected directly to Amazon. We get data direct from them, and using this data, use it to better your account, right? So everyone from someone who's just looking to start selling, someone who's already selling, someone who's in the advanced stage and needs fine tweaking at a very granular level, that everything can be managed through the platform. And I'll just give you a quick and simple, easy walkthrough of the platform right now. And if you have any questions, you can just drop it in the chat. Someone from the team will be able to help you out with that, right? They'll answer your questions. So let me just share my screen. Just give me a moment. Okay, so once you log in, register, we offer a free, so you can check it out. So once you know, the dashboard is going to, there's a trial account, so nothing is it's a demo account kind of, where nothing is connected, but usually you would be getting some insights over here that will help you connect what decision to just that you're facing. It's where it'll mention some insight, what you've tracked, what keywords you should add. All these details will be mentioned over here. Right. So let's just start with the journey of someone who's just going to start. Later, we can go into the sales and advertising. Let's save it for the end. But let's do for someone who's just looking to join Amazon right now. The first step would be the product research. So here, basically, what's happening is, let's say you have an idea of what kind of category or what kind of product you are looking to sell. It might be a baby item, or some kitchen item, some books, right? So all those, you might have an idea of what kind of category or what kind of product you want to sell, but you need to pinpoint exactly which, what specification, which product you will exactly be selling in that category, right? So this is where product research helps you, where we help you find that little niche kind of item where you would have a higher chance of performing and getting more sales, better performance on your account, right? So we give you these filters, and you can just select the category. Let the category is what I had discussed with my previous customer. So just do the same thing, right? So the ratings is something that you have on the filters, what you have on the site, where you can put in your filters, basically filter it, try to like reduce the scale and the size of that market into a smaller region. So the ratings is basically the 1 to 5 star rating. We can put maybe 4 or 5 stars the filters. I'm just giving some examples. You can set it however you wish. The price is the budget range, per unit. The reviews you want to maybe put it, you can put some low number, somewhere between 20 to 50 or 100, somewhere like that. BSR ranking is always, BSR is a bestseller ranking. So you would want to put this in the high thousands, right? Because rank 1 is already pretty established. Rank 1 is the best selling products. So you could put like 1,000 to 5,000 over here. Number of sellers is the competition, and the weight is for the FBA reasons, the fulfillment reasons, right? Maybe the shipping, the packaging, all those you can, for those calculations. But ultimately, you need to put these filters and maybe try to put in a keyword over here where you get an idea of what, we filter it down and tell you, are these products, we give you a score out of 100, are these products going to sell well, and the factors that is affecting this decision, right? We have the AI prediction, the algorithms, the machine learning, all happening in the background. So it'll basically give you give you a score out of 100 where you can make an educated understanding and a decision whether this is the kind of product that you should be selling or not. So an example that I'll show is something like a baby monitor, right? So the keyword, you don't have to enter it, but if you want, if you have an idea, you can basically put in the keyword where it filters it down. Over here, you can see that you get all the detailing, the price, the category, the BSR ranking, the weight of the product, the number of sellers that are selling this product, estimated orders is getting per day, and the estimated revenue per day, right? So you can see that BSR, this is a very high BSR because I have not put in any filters over here, but just top 10, he's right there, right above it. And so you can see the estimated orders per day is getting like 1,500 units. This is the estimated sales he's getting per day, right? Estimated revenue. But if you see someone with a higher BSR rank, somewhere around 278, right? He's getting much less orders, right? So I had suggested maybe putting somewhere in the thousands, in the higher thousands. So, there's like less competition. You could start out selling maybe 15 20 units per day, but you can slowly improve on that because you would more likely to be succeeding in that region, right? But it always depends on the category and the type of product. There's just higher probability. So you can basically analyze the seller's estimated on, and if you track this would go into the product intelligence, which I'll be showing you in a bit. But over here you can get more detailed analysis on how their listing is, right? What page they're ranking on with specific keywords. How the history, is it a seasonal product or selling all year? I'll just show you. This is basically the product research where the opportunity score, I'm sorry I mentioned. So this is a score that we tell you out of 100. So let's go for this product. We are telling you it has 4 out of 2 out of 100. So anything above 60 is what we usually say is a decent product. It's tough to find something in the 80s to 90s. I would say this kind of very Amazon's already pretty established, and this kind of product, baby monitor, is also them, right? So, but it looks like this is a good product to sell. It has a score above 60, so it's a moderate to high score where you will get decent results. And the factors affecting it is the demand. It has high demand. It has high revenue potential. But like I said, right, the competition is also very high, right? The profit margin is also not the best. It's somewhere in the middle. So you will sell high quantities, but per unit, the profit margin is not that good, right? The PIS index is product innovation scope, or it's basically telling you based on the reviews, what people are saying, the usefulness of the product, the appeal, the popularity, all that. The system is analyzing all of this in the background and saying that it has an above average score in this, right? The appeal is pretty good, right? So there is room for improvement, but it's already pretty good. The overhead cost and the profit margin. So the reason for the not being at a very amazing score, it's not at the top level, but it's just above average. The PIS index, the profit margin, and the competition. These are all negative factors that are impacting this product. So you can basically do a thorough research to find what you could definitely find that amazing product that has 80-90 score. We have had customers who have been very successful without advertising. They've been able to sell 20 units, 50 units in a day, but they have put in that time and effort where they did research for a couple of weeks, and they found that magic item that basically they were able to be very successful. So yeah, it's definitely anyone can do it if you put in the time and effort. So yeah, that's product research. The next thing I would say is the sourcing part, right? Once you figure out what product you want to sell, just give me a second. Yeah, sorry about that. So once you decide what product you want to sell, the next step is sourcing the item, right? So we are partnered with Alibaba, where we get those advanced results, right? Refined results, vetted out sellers, where you can see how long they've been selling, are they trusted, are they verified. It's all in the platform, right? So it's ease of use. It's also there, it's time efficient, all of those things, right? But let's just type the same thing, baby monitor, and I'll show you how it works. So you can basically use the filters over here to choose your country, the supplier's country, the product type. Is it a verified seller, trade assured? Is it a ready to ship product? So you can see, right? These are verified sellers over here that have been listed. This guy's been selling for 13 years. This guy's been selling for 10 years, right? 2 years. But, they've all been verified. They're trade assured, so there's nothing to worry about. You can just, go ahead and place an order with them. The minimum order quantity, right? So this is for a one piece is the minimum order quantity for this item. But you can choose a minimum order quantity. You can set it at a much larger number, like 50 units, 100 units, 500 units, whatever you wish. And buy it at the pricing will get cheaper per unit, right? So if you buy in bulk, you can get it at a cheaper rate. The price range, which is the budget per unit. And you can, if you go into more details, you can basically see that how long it's it's very professional, it's fully transparent, where you can see the ratings, what is the sales looking, what is the lead time, right? So this is a ready to ship product. So 15 days, you'll get the product shipped to you, no question, no issues. The top 3 trade regions, right? So it covers all the major markets, no problem over here as well. And the main products that they're selling, right? So what kind of products, what kind of seller is this, right? What is the specifications of this product exactly, right? If you want to enter, if this is not fitting what you're looking for, you could just enter those specific, like 1080p I have over here, right? So 1080p camera, if you want, you can do specific keywords and your results will be filtered accordingly, right? So you can see the specifications over here. And finally, once ready, you found what which product you want. Basically, contact the supplier. You can place an order directly, or you can ask them for more information. You could ask them for a sample before you want to place a big order. All these things you can do. But basically what SellerApp is doing here is we are connecting you with the supplier, but we're not involved in the supplying process, right? We're just connecting you. We're giving you the supply details, and that is something you can take forward with them separately. So yeah, product research, product sourcing. The next thing I would say is once you have the product that you have it in front of you, you ship it to Amazon, you want to get it listed, right? So next I would say is the keyword research part, where Amazon is all about SEO, where whatever you're typing in the search bar, that is very important. Or you want your product to appear, you want your product to be indexed, right? So whatever's in your listing, the title, the bullet points, the product description, all of this is very important. They are like keywords which help you with your visibility, right? So it's all about the visibility, right? What people are searching, your product should come, then only in which page it's ranking. Based on that, your sales will be like directly proportional to that, right? To get better impressions, better clicks, you need to have the data to see what is performing well. You need to know how well these keys are performing. We are giving you insights, right? This is top 1,000 searches on Amazon, top 100,000 searches on Amazon, right? And then people are searching in millions of there are millions of searches happening per day. So you can see the estimated monthly search volume for these keywords. If you're doing advertising, you can see the cost per click, the range that is being bid right now for these keywords, where your product will come as a sponsored product or a different type of ad on the Amazon's website, where customers can see it maybe in the first page or on a competitor's product. And it's, you can click on it and get some sales, right? So this is for advertising, basically the cost per click, the monthly volume, the estimated orders per month, and the conversion rate, right? So these are all very important details that you will need to understand and analyze to have a better visibility, organic visibility on a listing. You can use the filters and uh, for the advertising as well, to understand where you to put your money and not waste it, right? Which will provide the best results. So yeah, like I said, you can try to put in the filters for the CPC. You can put in the volume, the filters like less than, greater than, in range, in a certain range. So all these filters you can do. You can basically sort it. Ascending, descending, all the data. It's like it's very easy to use. You can export the data. Maybe you want to send the data to another person, or you want to analyze it in an Excel sheet. You can basically export it to a sheet and do the analysis there, advanced kind of analysis, right? So, but the relevance score is also something you should take into account, because there might be keywords that have very high search volume, but you want to have something that is very uh, aligned with your product, right? Directly related. You don't want to uh, have some random keywords which doesn't make too much sense, right? So yeah, you can do all that analysis over here along with the match type. We tell you the match type as well. The broad, is it a phrase, is it uh, exact, all these keywords. Can do a complete analysis over here. The next thing is the reverse ASIN feature, where this is basically a competitor analysis, right? So let's say that you're competitor than you, and that is something that you can do, right? Basically, you can track any product in product intelligence. You can see how their sales are, how their performance is, how their performance has been for the past 3 months. All of that you can do in product research, in product intelligence, which we will go through. But reverse ASIN is basically a competitor analysis, where, let me try getting two ASINs. But you can compare your product to, you can compare 4 products at a time. You can try to see why, if you know how the sales is in comparison to yours, you could see, try to see why they're doing better or worse, and what key advertising on, what keywords are they having in their link versus what you're having, and try to compare the data and see any change should be made to your listing. I'll just give you an example of that. Just give me, my internet's kind of acting. I'm so sorry. Just give me 1 second. Okay, finally it loaded up. So I'm just going to take 2 ASINs. You can't see my screen what I'm doing, but I'm just taking 2 A's for a coffee maker. So I'm going to compare this. I'm going to compare it with this over here. Choose. Perfect. Okay. So I'm sorry, but yeah, you can basically see all the details like the monthly search. See, you know, the ASIN, do they have this keyword? Wouldn't filters where both of you don't have it or both of you have it, however you want it. But in comparison, that the keywords you're having versus the keywords the other competitors or other ASINs are having, and try to analyze. Is that a keyword that you should be having in your listing, right? If it makes sense. Like these are most of the keywords. So, it's not likely that you would be putting, but there will be some keywords that are generic that you might not have and might have very good search volume, decent CPC that you could advertise on, a very high relevance. So try to improve on your listing and the advertising that you're doing at that point of time to increase your revenue, increase your sales. Right? So this is also the keyword research and representation is very, very helpful for our customers. Next thing is the product intelligence. So over here, you can basically track any ASIN by just typing. You can add a product here, or you can just type in over there, and you can track any ASIN basically on Amazon. And you could get more insights per level, right? So just try to choose one random ASIN over here. Right? You can also see, track the estimated orders that they're getting, the visibility looking like, what is the BA ranking, all of that. So let's go into this ASIN right now. The first thing you can see is that you will get an overview, like I mentioned, right? How many people are selling the product? What is the like? But part is you can see the trends, right? How were the past 6 months, past year, or like all time. Like I had earlier mentioned that you want to have a product will sell all year round, right? You don't want to have a seasonal product will sell for a few months and the sales will dip. So that kind of analysis you can do over here. The various graphs for the BSR ranking, the number of orders, price, everything that was being done. You can set the date ranges, right? If you want a custom date. The next thing is the listing quality and score. So here we are basically analyzing the listing and tell you that where you can improve on urgent changes over here, right? This is basically telling you like few errors are there, like where you can improve on, and warnings are like something you need to work on immediately. So this has a score of 60.48, but let's take it as 60 out of 100. So anything above 80 is what we would say is excellent, and that's where you should aim for, right? So what are being recommended over here? This is something that you should basically be working on, right? So just the discovery, how easy it is to find your product, and once they find your product, how likely is it that they will convert, right? The desirability. So discoverability and the two keys, the factors that are affecting, and we give you a breakdown in every parameter that's affecting this this score. It's not FB right now, right? So FB Amazon gives most to that. Is it indexed? So it's indexed. You get a full score. The visibility is too good. Right? It has about 48%. So it's getting a score of 6. Backend, there's no backend keywords right now, so it's getting it's getting a 0, right? Backend keywords help with the visibility, the organic visibility, and that is something that you should be having. Desirability of the product is next, where Amazon gives you about 200 characters that you can have in your title. This one has about 62 characters, right? But in these 62 characters, they're all indexed, they're all unique keywords. A good score, 8.8. The bullet points, they have 5 bullet points. That's a 10. The description, they have not recommended level. Amazon gives around 2,000 characters left. So here it's recommended 250 words. but it's only using just about above half of that, right? 144 words, and it's HTML tagged, so that's a good thing. But still not in the complete requirement 6.6. So everything, right? Down the ratings, the number of reviews, your product videos, enhancement, content. Do an analysis of everything and try to improve those things. The next is the index checker. Index checker is basically for the backend keywords. You want to see if therefore you don't want to have in your listing, but you still want your product to be in for those kind of keywords, right? Maybe a wrong spelling search, right? Amazon still displays results on those. So you enter those if your product's in or not. Right? Keyword tracking is to basically see what is the rank, what page ranking your products are appearing on. So let's see, is there anything tracked over here? There's 5 keywords, right? So let's just wait for it to load. Keywords that the customer is searching or what you're searching. You can see where your product is appearing in which page and which position, right? So it's for these 3 performing very well. And these are updated on a daily basis, right? So you can see last update 11 hours back based on what Amazon has updated. The position change has dropped by 23. This one has increased by 24. So these 3 are in the first page, which is excellent. You know, the first, 4th position. So basically the first 4 products, so this is in the second position. This is in the 15th position, right? So like in the 3rd or 4th row, it's appearing in the first page, right? But for these 2 keywords, you know, it's not performing too well. It's in the 6th page, and this is above. It's not even in the top 7 pages, right? So you can see what position it's coming and dropping, right? So there's something with this keyword that you might want to look into, figure out why that's happening and try to improve on it. So this gives you that kind of analysis, right? So based on the keywords, you could try to see where your product is being indexed, what is the what position, where in the page it's located. All you can basically find out. Product keyword is analysis on the listing again, where we tell you, you know, how you can wonder what keywords you could add to make the visibility better, right? So what is highlighted, meaning this is this keyword is basically in the title and the bullet points. But this, if you see, this is only points. But there are few keywords that have not been it's not in the title or in the bullet point. We're giving you some suggestions. There's around 323 suggestions that we're giving you. You could basically just look into it, and I'm sorry. So basically, like this keyword, there's a search volume of 400, you know, estimated search volume per month. So you want Euro keyword in the title or your bullet points, right? But it has, so you're potentially this much visibility you're losing out on, right? You are potentially 400 customers. You're not, it's not in the bucket, right? Who you're losing out on these many customers because they're not able to view this. So you might want to add it, keyword and the relevance code. You might want to do check out the keyword and see that if it's something that you could add to your listing, right? So that is something. So yeah, this is basically an in-depth analysis of every product that you can track. So like in the product research, what we could track it, we could go into product intelligence and try to analyze more about it. So you can keep jumping between the features and doing it, right? Then you could go into reverse ASIN and try to analyze your competitors, maybe back to things in product intelligence. You've seen that one is performing better than the other, and you want to understand why that's happening, right? Then you can just go into keyword research, reverse ASIN, and try to do that analysis. But yeah, that is the main part for, I would say, the beginner and the intermediate part, where you know the the research part is done, where you figure out what you want to sell, you find to sell, source what you want to sell. Then you have the listing, and then at a deeper level, competitor analysis is done. Then finally is the main part, right? This is what I would say is the advanced stage, where the advertising and the sales management, right? So Is something that helps you with the visibility, along with the sales. So what is happening, how Amazon algorithm works is, more clicks, more impressions, more conversions, more sales. You basically, Amazon will improve where you're getting indexed, where your page ranking is. So your visibility increases based on that, right? And if you don't have a product or that is completely unique, or there's a lot of competition in the product that you're selling, you need help of advertising to basically help you with the visibility. That both your organic and inorganic sales will improve, right? So inorganic is advertising, is just finding through the search box natural, right? And you need a tool to help you with this, because if you're spending a lot of money in advertising, a lot of customers do, because they want to be successful on Amazon. They're spending like thousands of dollars. But what I've seen from my experience is they are having a lot of wasted ad spend, where a lot of no sales, right? Over 50% of that, maybe 70%. I've seen it. So if you don't have a team that's helping you out, or if you don't have a service that's helping you out here, if you don't have a tool that's helping you out, it's very tough manage your advertising spend, because how you're going to analyze it is, Amazon will give you reports to analyze, right? So through search term reports, business reports, you'll go through Excel sheets, basically. There's thousands and columns that you have to go through. It takes a lot of time. It's very confusing, make mistakes and stuff, right? So what you can do in 3 hours over there, or a couple of hours over there, you can do in like 15 minutes over here, right? All data is presented very neatly. It's very easy to take an action on the decisions that it's taken action on the data that is present, and we give you insights into what you should mark negative, what you should spend. All the automatic suggestion is done by the platform, which that's something that you would have to do manually. So for this is a demo account where one account is connected. So you can see this customer has around 7%, which is pretty good thing, right? So right, they had a very high cost, I believe around 76%. They've been increased by 10 times over here, right? Over, it's not like instantly, but over the span of 6 months or more, they were able to get that ACOS 10 times, right? So if you can see the spend, they spent around $800. This is like 1 month's data. In $800, they were able to get $838. They got 10.75K, which is $10,750 in revenue. So if you see, this is just advertising, by the way. Organic sales is completely different. So if you see the numbers, that's around 14, 15 times, right? So 15 times what they're spending, they're getting back, right? So $100 meaning $1,500, $1,000 meaning $15,000. Right? So, and this is something that you could also achieve if you're up on a daily basis. It's not impossible, right? It's just that you have to put in the time, right? You have to put in that initial investment, and so this is basically an overview of the account. The first page, you get the campaign performance, the revenue share, like what type of campaigns are generating how much revenue, current funnel, how many views versus clicks versus orders, and search term analysis, product performance. Then we go into insights. Like I said, the suggestions into what should be marked negative. So all the data is presented, easy to understand, neat format, easy to take an action. Also to do manual analysis is basically what I'm trying to say, right? Everything is all directly laid out for you. You can just try to look at the data and see if something's looking bad. You can just mark it as negative, or you can choose to ignore it, or maybe see how it'll perform. You want to see something like that, you can just leave it in there. But basically, these are keywords that our platform is suggesting that is not performing too well, right? You might want to mark these negative, then go into positive keywords. Try to reduce on the negative keywords, which is not generating you too much revenue, cut down on those spend that's happening there, and try to spend it on the positive keywords, which is the opposite side of the spectrum, where your products are performing extremely well. You might want to put the ad spend that you're putting over there, you might want to put over here instead, and increase the revenue, the profit margin. So this is something. This is the first thing that's going to help you out. The negative keywords and the positive keywords. So the next thing I would like to show is the auto to manual, right? So Amazon has their own automated campaigns that you have an option to run. So they usually, it's used to mine new keywords, or if you don't have too much knowledge about what to advertise on, with you don't have a platform that's helping out, many customers choose to opt for the automated campaigns, right? So they don't perform extremely well most of the time, but sometimes they do get very good results. And when you see those good results, you might want to move them to a manual campaign. Try to optimize it even further. Get the most out of it. The most revenue, increase the bids, the most profit margin, right? So you can optimize it even further in a manual campaign. That's the point. So when you see something is having very good performance, you can do that over here. Right? Target improvements, basically a platform is suggesting broad. There are three match types, where there's broad, phrase, and exact. So exact has a higher CPC most of the time and a higher conversion rate, but you need data to basically see what is performing that well, right? Usually customers go for broad or phrase, where broad keywords, they cater to a wider range of audience, they have a much greater visibility, but conversion rate is not as good as exact over there, right? This is just not always, but most of the time, right? So you can go through the data and try to see, is it worth it? Should you be investing more to move that keyword and the match type to the next stage, right? So moving broad to phrase and phrase to exact, you can see the data and see, is this something that you should be doing? The next is bid optimization. Bid optimization is, our platform is suggesting you what the bids that you should be bidding on to get the best performance. We are suggesting those bids, right? So we had seen a range of CPC that was mentioned earlier in the keyword research. That's not, there are customers that bidding aggressively higher than that. So taking everything into account, we are giving you a bid which is higher or lower than what is in the range, and we suggest that how much you do best performance, right? And you could edit it and try to own manual bid, but yeah, these are the suggested bids that our platform will do for you. Positive and negative ASINs is similar to positive and negative keywords, but over here it's at an ASIN level, right? So these are products that you are currently putting your ads on, right? So it would come as a sponsored product ad on the competitor's product maybe, and the customer can see all the details of your listing, right? The ratings, reviews, photos, all the details. And if they feel that your product, your title, your bullet points, product description, basically your complete listing, if they click that, they'll be able to see all this. So it's to track if they convert through your advertising at an ASIN level, right, or competitor level. So it's important that you have a good listing as well. So that listing quality checker that we did in product intelligence is something that is related over here, right? So you have a good listing to convert, right? So this is to track that performance, similar to earlier. You can just mark as or choose to ignore and try to put that into positive ASINs, right, which is performing at a much better than in negative, right? So basically you'll improve. Even positive, it'll be going into positive, even if it's a little or it's a massive change. But yeah, this is something that you could be doing. Automation is to set up rules where you might not be monitoring the account every day or every time of the day, or you might be doing it once in a day. So when you're not watching the account or over in 24 hours, basically, a lot of changes can happen. You can have like hundreds of clicks where there's been no results. So basically, you can set up rules and templates to to stop that from happening, right? So money saver, these are some sample templates, right? So let's say you have 0 orders, and you can create and modify these templates. So let's say you have 0 orders and like 30-40 clicks, or 10 clicks also. You feel that it's not going to perform well, you can set some rules that it'll automatically mark that as negative, where you stop spending on those ROI optimizers. To For better performing products, you might want to increase the bids, the budget. So something like 20% ACOS if you have for some keywords, and you have uh, you know 10-20 orders, you can basically increase the bid or the budget. Keyword harvester is for the impressions. Let's say you have launched a new product, you want to get good visibility on that, you can do that through here. The next thing is the search term explorer. Is at a search term level how your account's performance is. What people are searching, how your product is getting those sales. All that analysis is being done over here. You can see all the results. So this is two ways of looking at the account: from a search term point and at a product level, right? So product analysis, these are your ASINs over here, right? So it's a different way of looking at the data, where the campaigns you're running, each product, which campaigns there, which product is this ASIN running in, right? So you have two campaigns mentioned over here, how their performance is. Should you be running it in multiple campaigns, or do you want to increase it or decrease the number of campaigns you're running it in? How each individual product is performing at a product level, and the campaign level performance as well, right? So you can try to analyze that. It's two ways of looking at it: from a product level, how your products are performing, and through a search level, like what searches are getting the results, right? So you can look at this data and try to analyze it in that way. But the main place where you handle most of the changes, the main hub where everything is managed, is the campaign manager, where uh, all the data is presented neatly. You can see the revenue, the ACOS, the PPC spend, the conversion rate, the click-through rate, right? All the graphs and the details are mentioned. All the campaigns that you're running, you can go into in-depth into it at an ad group level, at a product level. And what is enabled, paused, archived? Is it a sponsored brand ad? Is it a sponsored product ad? It's automated campaign, manual campaign. The budget you're putting daily when you started the campaign, how are the sales, ACOS, click-through rate, return on ad spend, target ACOS, everything is mentioned in one hub, right? And you can see the trends. Is everything in the past 14 days, is it increasing the trend? Are your changes you're making actually helping or no, right? So the trends, you can see, is it increasing or decreasing, all of that. So here's where you will be managing, and it's like a customer favorite feature where everything is in one place. You can manage very easily. All the data is presented neatly once again. So this is basically the campaign manager. Then the report central, where, like I said, you don't need to analyze the reports anymore. But if you do need the reports, they're all presented in one location. The history is basically all the changes you have made on the account. All the changes you've made. Let's say your sales have dipped or they have increased on a certain day, right? You want to maybe go back to that day and maybe see what changes you've made that affected those sales numbers. Or is it like a coincidence that in the next few days the sales went back to normal, right? So you can do the analysis over here. Okay, and finally there's the sales dashboard. Okay, this is not connected. Let me just check a different account. And just give me a second. Right, I'll just see if there's another account that has. So I can just show you really quickly how the sales dashboard will look. It's very simple. It's mostly for profit analysis and your inventory management, basically. So So over here, we can go into the sales dashboard. It's just analyzing the data. You will get an analysis of your sales, right? Your sales, how is it today? How is it yesterday? In the last week, you can put in a custom range as well, right? Select the date range to see how your sales. So you can put in a month or 2 months over here to see your sales trend, to analyze how your sales has been doing. Next thing is the sales trends. Like there's a demo, another demo account, so there's not much data, but usually you'll get some trends over here to see how your progression has been, your sales over a period of time, like it's mentioned over here, right? And then there's the goals. So you can basically see how close you are to hitting those numbers that you had initially set for yourself, right? The stock levels, the inventory summary, the variance, the unit in stock, all these details you can do, and your top performing products, right? So this is an overview. Then there is the products, right? So here's where you can you see the details of your products. This is for the profit analysis. The revenue, orders, units, and if you put in these two details like the cost of goods and the variable cost, you can basically see and your net margin and net profit for these products, right? So you'll get all the details of the various fees Amazon is taking, and what will you be getting finally, right? So that's something you can do here. Finally, there's the inventory management, where here is where you can see what is the sales rates, the velocity, the stock that you have. Do you have time to reorder? What is the shipping time? You can set all these details. You can set alerts, if your stocks are getting low. So these products are currently inactive, but you could see like if your products have low inventory, is it FBA or FBM, fulfilled by merchant in this case, and it's active, right? So the SKU level and at an ASIN level, you can do both. So all the variants, the units in stocks, the inventory cost, the retail inventory, everything is mentioned, and you can set the date range as well, right? So that is basically a complete overview of the platform. I definitely think it's going to help out uh, uh, anyone who's looking to sell on Amazon at any stage. And we offer a 7-day free trial, right? So I would recommend just going to our website, registering for a trial, exploring all the features. You can always reach out to us if you have any questions, right? So I'm just going to plug in some details here. This is my email address. You can reach out to me personally if you need some help, or else you can reach out to our sales team. They're also available 24/7. Every day they're always on online. Someone will be available, so you can basically reach out to them or reach out to us. You can mention some details, right? Are you looking to start selling? If you're using the platform, what is the issue you're facing, or what ASINs you can share, storefront link. What are your goals? Let's say you want to join us for the next 3 months, right? What help you require, and what is the challenge that you're facing, and where you want to be in the next 3 months. You can mention some details like this. We'll try to help you out. We'll give you the next steps, that what we would recommend, how you should be proceeding next to get those results that you're looking for, right? So that is something that we can definitely do, right? So please do reach out, check out the platform. We'll always be happy to help you guys, and I wish you the best for your Amazon journey, and wishing you the best for your Amazon business, right? And hope to see you on board on SellerApp soon, if that's something that you're considering. Yep. Thank you so much for your time today, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.